Hey guys, Dan here. I want to make you aware of a really helpful key command, if you're not already using it, that I've actually found in several specific instances to be a huge time saver. In fact, I use this all the time. You may already be aware of a command called move to staff below or move to staff above. That command is native to Dorico. Alt-M will move it to the staff below, and Alt-N will move it to the staff above. But there's actually another variation of that I find really helpful, and it's called duplicate to staff below and duplicate to staff above. I'll show you how to set that up. If you go to Control, comma, or Command, comma on Mac, and then go to Key Commands, in the search box, start to type in duplicate, and then click on Note Editing. You'll see the commands right here, and I've set them since move to staff above is Alt-N. I've done duplicate to staff above to Control Alt N, and same thing with staff below. All you would do is you'd click in this, press the shortcut, and then you would add it. So let me show you two instances why this is two ways in which this is really helpful. First, in something like cues. Now I'm going to add a cue here for the flute part. So Shift U, lead. Now, in this case with the cue, I don't want it to extend all the way, so I'm dragging it back a little bit here, so it doesn't go to the end of the phrase, and I'm also extending it here to the beginning of the phrase, which is a pickup. Now, if I wanted to have this cue for all these parts, I'd have to do that for each one, or I could just duplicate it like this. Incredibly helpful. Let me show you one other instance where duplicate to staff below is really helpful. Let's take a section like this right here. Let's say on all four of these wind staves, this is flute 1, flute 2 and 3, oboe, and clarinet. Let's say that I wanted to have here a decrescendo to a mezzo forte. Here it would be easy, but here you can see that I've got this tied note, so it's not going to be quite as easy to do that. I'd have to. There's a couple ways I can do it. I could untie the note, or I could go into note entry mode, but honestly, the easiest way is to find a spot in the staff, find one of the instances where it's not done, if there is one. I'm going to go ahead and enter the dynamic here. Shift D, and let's just go decrescendo, we'll say to mezzo piano. So I've got this one set, then watch this. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. That's just incredibly helpful. So I find myself using duplicate to staff above and duplicate to staff below all the time. Incidentally, with that cue, you can also use a combination of duplicate and move. And in this case, it's not really going to be useful. But let's say that I wanted to take this cue and I wanted to stick it down here somewhere as well. Well, I could use Control Alt M to duplicate, and then I could move it wherever I wanted. And you see that it's non-destructive, so that part's pretty easy. But using a combination of Alt M and N and Control Alt M and N, it's just a really easy way to quickly copy and duplicate the material to adjacent staves.